Have you ever been denied credit because of a thin file, despite being financially responsible? If so, you're not alone. But here's the good news. What I'm about to share will show you exactly how to fix it and take control of your credit future. Let me share a story with you. This happened to me a while back when I was trying to buy my first home. I thought I had my finances in order, my credit was decent, and I was ready to go. But then, boom, roadblock. I checked my credit report, and the lender told me I had a thin file. Basically, I only had 4 trade lines and they wanted me to have at least 5. I remember sitting there confused, thinking, come on, I've been responsible with my credit. What's the problem? So I reached out for advice and someone told me, we want to make sure that you have no less than 5 trade lines on your credit report. If you have less than 5, that's considered a thin file. I was like, okay, so what do I do? That's when they said, go open up a Navy Fed account and do a pledge loan. Put that in the bank, borrow against it, and after 3 weeks pay it off. That will give you an excellent installment line. Once that hits your credit, you're ready to go. So I did exactly that. I had a Navy Federal account, so I deposited $500, borrowed against it, and a few weeks later I paid it off. And just like they said, it showed up on my report as a strong installment trade line. But guess what? I was still 1 trade line short. I asked, what now? And they told me, go get yourself care credit. You can't use the money for just anything, but you can apply for it and have it as a primary line. Even if you don't use it, it still helps build your profile. So I went ahead, applied, got approved, and let it sit. That was it. Just 2 simple moves and my thin file problem was solved. Fast forward a little bit. Those 2 accounts hit my credit report, and I was finally ready to get my mortgage approved. The key takeaway from this story is that small strategic credit moves can make a big difference in financial opportunities. Let's take a closer look at the key takeaways. Trade line versus credit account. What's the difference? A credit account is any financial arrangement where a lender extends credit to you, allowing you to borrow money or make purchases with the agreement to repay over time. This includes credit cards, auto loans, mortgages, and personal loans. Each time you open a credit card or secure a loan, you establish a credit account with that financial institution. These accounts contribute to your credit history and play a crucial role in determining your creditworthiness, influencing factors like your credit score, borrowing power, and interest rates. A trade line is the detailed record of a credit account as it appears on your credit report. Each credit account you open creates a separate trade line. These trade lines contain key information, including the account balance, payment history, credit limit, and account status. A credit account is the financial agreement you establish with a lender. It represents the actual borrowing relationship between you and the financial institution. A trade line, on the other hand, is the record of that credit account as it appears on your credit report. Lenders use trade lines to assess your creditworthiness and determine your eligibility for future credit opportunities. If you open a credit card with Chase, that card is your credit account. When Chase reports your payment history, credit limit, and balance to the credit bureaus, it becomes a trade line on your credit report. How trade lines impact your credit score? Trade lines are one of the most important factors in determining your credit score because they provide a detailed history of how you manage credit. Here's how they impact your score. Payment history, 35% of your score, the biggest factor. Each trade line on your credit report tracks your payment behavior, showing whether you make payments on time or have late or missed payments. Consistently paying on time strengthens your credit score, proving to lenders that you're a responsible borrower. On the other hand, late or missed payments can significantly damage your score, making it harder to qualify for loans, credit cards, or favorable interest rates in the future. Credit utilization, 30% of your score. How much credit you use. For revolving credit accounts, such as credit cards, trade lines display key details like your total credit limit and current balance. One crucial factor lenders consider is your credit utilization, the percentage of your available credit that you're using. If you consistently use more than 30% of your total limit, it can negatively impact your credit score, signaling potential financial strain. However, keeping your utilization low, ideally below 10%, demonstrates responsible credit management and can significantly boost your credit score over time. Length of credit history, 15% of your score. How long you've had credit. The age of your trade lines plays a crucial role in your credit score. Lenders prefer to see a long, well-maintained credit history because it demonstrates financial stability and responsible borrowing behavior. Older trade lines contribute positively by showing a track record of consistent payments and credit management. However, closing old accounts can shorten your credit history, potentially lowering your score. This is why it's often better to keep older accounts open, even if you don't use them frequently, to maintain the benefits of a strong, established credit profile. Credit mix, 10% of your score. Different types of credit matter. A diverse mix of credit types strengthens your credit profile and can positively impact your credit score. Revolving credit, like credit cards, demonstrates your ability to manage ongoing expenses and keep balances low, while installment loans, such as auto loans, mortgages, and personal loans, show that you can handle fixed payments over time. Lenders like to see that you can successfully manage both types of credit. If you only have one type of trade line, whether it's just credit cards or only installment loans, it can limit your score growth because your credit profile lacks variety. A well-balanced mix signals to lenders that you're a responsible borrower capable of handling different financial obligations. New credit and hard inquiries, 10% of your score. Opening new accounts. Every time you open a new credit account, a new trade line is added. Too many new accounts in a short time can lower your score temporarily. A thin credit file means you don't have enough history for lenders to fully assess your financial behavior. Even if you have a high credit score, lenders want to see at least 5 active trade lines, a mix of installment credit or loans, and revolving credit or credit cards, and a history of on-time payments. Without this, you're seen as a high-risk borrower, even if you've never missed a payment. The hidden consequences of a thin credit file. Most people don't even realize they have a thin credit file until they're denied for something critical, like a mortgage, car loan, or even a simple credit card. It's not necessarily because they've made bad financial choices, but because lenders don't have enough data to assess their creditworthiness. Let's break down the real consequences of having a thin file. Loan denials. Lenders rely on credit history to determine if you're a responsible borrower. If your file is too thin, meaning you don't have enough credit accounts or history, they might reject your application altogether. This could mean getting denied for a mortgage, making homeownership feel impossible. An auto loan, leaving you without financing for a reliable car, and a personal loan, which could help in emergencies or big purchases. Even if you've never missed a bill, lenders want to see a track record of credit management before they trust you with a large loan. Higher interest rates. If you do manage to get approved with a thin file, be prepared for higher interest rates. Lenders consider you a higher risk because they don't have enough past data to predict whether you'll repay the loan responsibly. That means a mortgage could cost you thousands more over the life of the loan. Your car payment might be way higher than someone with a stronger credit profile, and credit card interest rates could be through the roof, making it harder to pay off balances. A thin file doesn't just mean fewer approvals, it means you'll pay a premium on any money you borrow. Lower credit limits. Even when lenders approve you for a credit card, they might limit how much you can borrow. A thin file signals to them that you haven't proven your ability to manage larger amounts of credit responsibly. The result? Small credit limits that don't help your financial goals, limited spending power even if you have the income to afford more, and a harder time building a strong credit utilization ratio, which affects your credit score. This is frustrating because it has nothing to do with how financially responsible you are. It's all about what's on paper. So how do you fix it? If you're stuck with a thin credit file, don't worry, there's a solution. Here's exactly what I did to turn things around. Step 1. Open a pledge loan with a credit union. A pledge loan or secured loan is one of the easiest ways to add an installment trade line to your credit report. Deposit $500 $1,000 into a savings account at a credit union, like Navy Federal. Take out a secured loan using your deposit as collateral, make a few payments, then pay it off after 3 weeks. This boosts your credit mix and shows you can handle installment credit. Step 2. Get a Care Credit account. Care Credit is a medical credit card, but even if you never use it, it still counts as an active trade line. Apply for Care Credit. Approval is relatively easy, and let the account report to your credit file, even without using it. This gives you another revolving account, increasing your total trade lines. And after these 2 simple moves, boom, problem solved. Step 3. Other ways to strengthen your credit file. If you have a thin credit file or want to strengthen your credit profile, strategically adding trade lines can be a game changer. But it's not just about opening new accounts, it's about doing it the right way. The key is to choose trade lines that add value without increasing risk. Whether it's a secured credit card, a small installment loan, or becoming an authorized user on a well-managed account, each step should be taken with a clear strategy in mind. Done correctly, this approach can help you build credit history, improve your score, and unlock better financial opportunities, all without putting your credit at risk. Open a credit builder loan. This is a safe and easy option, where the lender holds a small loan like $300 to $1,000 while you make payments. And once it's paid off, you get the money back. This helps improve your credit mix and payment history. Pay off most of the balance early, but keep the loan open long enough to build a solid payment history. Apply for a no annual fee credit card, even if you don't use it much. A revolving trade line like a credit card increases your available credit, which helps lower your credit utilization, a key factor in boosting your credit score. It also contributes to building a longer credit history, which improves your overall credit profile over time. If you don't qualify for a traditional credit card due to a thin file or low score, a secured credit card can be a smart alternative. With a secured card, you provide a refundable deposit as collateral, making it easier to get approved while still benefiting from responsible credit usage. Become an authorized user on a trusted person's credit card. Being added as an authorized user on a trusted person's credit card, such as a parent, spouse, or close friend, allows you to inherit their credit age, payment history, and limit, helping to quickly improve your credit score. For the best results, choose someone with a long credit history, a perfect payment record, and low utilization, below 10%. But be cautious. If they miss a payment or max out their card, it can negatively affect your credit as well. Get a retail or store credit card, only if you use it wisely. Store-branded credit cards, like those from Amazon, Target, or Best Buy, are easier to qualify for and can help build credit by adding a new trade line and increasing your total available credit. For the best results, choose a card from a store you frequently shop at, such as the Amazon Prime Store card for online purchases, Target Red Card for rewards with no annual fee, or Best Buy credit card for electronics. But be cautious. Only use it for planned purchases and avoid carrying high interest balances. Use a credit boosting service. No credit check required. Rent and utility reporting services allow you to add rent, utility and phone bill payments to your credit report as trade lines, helping you build positive payment history without opening new credit. Top options include Experian Boost for utilities and streaming services, Rent Reporters for rent payments, and BoomPay for rent reporting. While this won't replace a traditional trade line, it's a simple and often free way to give your credit score a quick boost. To strengthen your credit profile, it's essential to have a mix of both revolving trade lines and installment trade lines. This variety shows lenders that you can responsibly manage different types of credit. To get started, pick 2 to 3 methods that fit your current financial situation, whether it's opening a secured credit card, taking out a small credit builder loan, or becoming an authorized user on someone else's account. With consistent on-time payments and responsible usage, you'll start seeing noticeable improvements in your credit score within a few months. I want to help you find the best trade line strategy for your situation. Drop your credit score in the comments, and let's figure out the smartest way to boost it together. If you want more money-smart strategies to help you live the dream, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon so you never miss out.